Hello everybody, welcome to FC Amakhosi fan channel. This is Adam Joe. Like, comment, subscribe. So yeah guys, I'm gonna be talking about the coach search. It's not over. It's not over. Those of you who thought that Johnson would be the coach going to the new season, it might not be so. But you never know with our team. You never know with our team, but those are the news that are making rounds in the social media that we are still in search for the new coach. And by the way, some of us, I wanted Peter Musimane, and there's a rumor that he has signed a contract with the team in Saudi Arabia. So, Peter Musimane is out of the question. Remember, I said to you initially, I want Peter Musimane with Mangoba Mngqiti. Oh, as co-coaches. But. Peter is out, and then now Mangoba is left. I'm not saying Mangoba will be the coach next season, but his contract is coming to an end. Like now in June, it's coming to an end. And by the look of things, him and Mokoena, they don't get along. They don't get along. So what does it mean? It means that his contract might not be renewed at Sundowns. So what does it mean for clubs that are looking at hiring coaches? It means that Mangoba Mngqiti will be available. And remember, Mangoba did say that, you know what, any team that wants him must approach his management or his current team and buy him out. He's not going to force a contract termination. He's not going to force any contract termination. So he is available and would like to leave his current team, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. But is he the coach that we are gunning? Is he a coach that we are interviewing? Is he a coach to take us to the next level? But probably before we go there, let's talk about us getting him. Also, we're still linked with this coach from Zimbabwe who has won like 5 trophies, 5 premierships in, I think, is it Malawi or what? But yeah, in some countries there he has won 5 trophies, and we've been linked with him. I just forgot his name. We've been linked with him. Obviously, some of these links are not genuine, are not true, because it's the media who links these coaches with us. So the coach was asked, like the coach that Zimbabwean coach, I just forgot his name. He was asked like, so if a team comes, what are you going to do? I mean, you have done well where you are currently. Says that, you know what, I would love to go and coach in the DSTV, but no one has approached me in the DSTV Premiership. No one has approached me. So he's aware of the rumors, he's aware of these links, but he's saying that no one has approached him. So we are left with what we know, which is Johnson is still at the helm of Kaizer Chiefs. But for how long? Because this could be just the PR stance and all Kaizer Chiefs spinning our heads around. That eventually hey, they will keep Johnson as the head coach. But as for me, I don't like Johnson as the head coach. I've been saying this. I have nothing against him. I don't see him coaching Kaizer Chiefs on full-time basis as the head coach. I don't see him. But he might convince us going forward. I mean, you can call me names and all those things. We all have our preferences. At the moment, Johnson is not the coach for me because how he was hired. We have made these mistakes so many times. We make a mistake after a mistake of hiring people on an interim basis and then giving them the permanent position, and they'll do well for first few games, and then next thing, boom, they underperform. Sometimes we give lengthy contracts to these coaches without them proving themselves. We don't give them a year with an extension of a year or 2 years. And that's why Kaizer Chiefs, they are firing coaches left and right, because they go for the untested coaches. It seems as if they are taking chances and to say, okay, you know what, let's see if the fans would like this coach. Let's see if the fans will be patient with this coach. I mean, it was the same thing with your Midindop. It was the same thing with your Basta second term. It was the same thing with your Steve Kompela. The management were testing waters. It was the same thing with Atazwan. It was the same thing with Molefe. As much as I supported these coaches, but I'm telling you, these coaches were not at the level of coaching Kaizer Chiefs. We have made mistakes time and time again. I'm hoping and I'm praying with a coach that we are linked with, whoever he is, because we are not told the names. I'm hoping that will be the coach who has performed and won trophies, not coaches who have not won anything, who haven't proven themselves at the highest levels. We can't be running as if we are a charity organization that we keep on giving people opportunities as if they are volunteering. We can't volunteer coaching Kaizer Chiefs. You can't say that, hey, I want to volunteer and come and coach Kaizer Chiefs, even if you pay me half of the salary that I'm being paid where I'm at, just so that I coach Kaizer Chiefs. So since these coaches, they want to add Kaizer Chiefs in their CVs so that wherever that they'll go, or even if they are fired, wherever that they'll go, that having Kaizer Chiefs in their CVs would then open doors for them. No, guys, we need to be careful. Management needs to be careful at how they are hiring coaches. What has Johnson done for us or for the management to say that, no, we're giving you the on permanent position, this on permanent basis, this position? What has it done? Your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. But we can't be running like this. And this is why we have taken so many years without winning a trophy, without winning anything, without even really challenging that serious or that intense for any trophy in the past years. Because we are not serious at hiring the right coaches. Let us hire serious coaches. So I wonder who's this coach. I don't know who is this coach. But I still maintain I would love it to be Mangoba Mnati now that Peter Musimane is gone. I would hope that our team will give it to Mangoba Mnati. If not Mangoba Mnati, go and get the tried and tested coaches elsewhere. But local, I don't see any coach coaching our team other than Mangoba Mnati. One will ask me, but who do you think it is if it's outside South Africa? I really don't know. This is where scouting comes in. We are lacking a person who has football brains to do a proper job at hiring and scouting players, scouting our coaches. We need people who have pedigree, people who have done it to the highest level, for them to execute the vision that the coach, with that the management, or that Kaizer, Dr. Kaizer himself has. But because it's a family business, we are cutting corners, and therefore as we are cutting corners, we won't have these proper coaches and proper players coaching and playing for our team. I'm praying and I'm hoping this would be the season. Next season will be a season where we really get proper coaches who will have proper players and develop proper players. Because we are promoting players, but then we are firing coaches. We are buying players, and then we are firing coaches. Then the question is, who buys these coaches? Are we going to buy players for the coach without the coach being here? Sure, it's been done, like I understand that method, but are we going to buy players without the coach's approval? And if the coach does not use those players, like look at your Matos like now, look at your Potsani right now, look at your Mashianes right now, look at all these players, your Hatebes and your Tutuzin and Tatan, even Shabalala, look at your Zwane, look at all these players. The current coach is not using those players because they're not in his, not favorites per se, but they're not in his plans, you can say. So, the coach that you are linked with, will he use these players? And say that is Johnson. Let's just make this so hypothetical. Let's say it's Johnson. How are you gonna feel long-term wise? Johnson who's not using these players, who seems to be favoring others above others, and when your guys like your Ngobos are performing, your Ngobo Njabula is performing, come next game is not gonna be played. How are you gonna feel having this coach going forward? How are you gonna feel? Like we had players who were playing last season and playing at the beginning of the season before the coach took over, but those guys are nowhere to be found. Someone would say that, but this coach is trying and the results are there. Sure, like I'm with you. The results are there, they're backing him, and he's still figuring out, but there are players that who seem to be undroppable. There are players who seem to be undroppable. They underperform, but they'll play next game. And players who come in for those players say that they're given 30 minutes or so, they'll perform, they will not be given the following game. They won't be playing next. So Johnson is not the guy for me. He's not the coach for me in the long run. Mangoba, go there, go outside and look for a coach. But scouting department needs to do their job. Like they've been failing us dismally in terms of getting us proper coaches. Yes, we're buying now of late proper quality players, but what about the coaches? I mean, this season, this is like the dead coach. Dead coach or second coach, but yeah. We'll see, but I'm praying and I'm hoping that Johnson will finish there at the top, number 3, if not number 2, so that the new coach will come, will have the preseason, and then will develop his own style of play, introduce it, assess the players. If we do go to the market to buy players, and then will be 1 or 2 players, because we have so many players in the current team, but those players are not used. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I was just venting. I was just like, hey, let me update you also on the coach hand, because Pito is out. Then there's this new coach. We are told that we are still linked. We're still searching. And then we don't know who is that coach that we are linked with. He's not hired. We're still linked with. Then Johnson is not going to be given this position on permanent basis. Who's this coach? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Not just assuming who is this next coach, but what are your thoughts about what we just spoke about now? But as for me, I'm out. AFC Amakhosi. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye.